So today, sisters and brothers in Christ, we continue our reflection on the second part of the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. But before we proceed to that, as usual, let me share this story with you that to describe what Jesus really means. Two brothers work together on a family farm. Some would say, why is it always brothers? So we say two sisters, or we say a brother and a sister. One was unmarried, and the other was married with children. They shared what they grew equally, as they always did, 50-50, produce and profit. But one day, the single brother, the unmarried brother, said to himself, you know, it is not right that we should share the produce equally and the profit too. After all, I am all alone, just by myself, and my needs are simple. But there is my poor brother with a wife and all those children. So, in the middle of the night, he took a sack of grain from his bin, crept over the field between their houses, his house and the house of his brother, and dumped it into his brother's bin. Meanwhile, unknown to him, his married brother had the same thought. He said to himself, it is not right that we should share produce and profit equally. After all, I am married and I have wife to look after me and my children for years to come. So he too decided in the middle of the night to taking a sack of grain from his bin and sneaking across the field to deposit the grain into the bin of his single brother. For years, both brothers were puzzled as to why their supply did not dwindle. Well, one night, it just so happened that they both set out for each other's houses at the same time. In the dark, they bumped into each other carrying their sacks of grain. Each was startled, but then it slowly dawned on them what was happening. They dropped their sacks and embraced one another. Suddenly, the dark sky lit up and a voice from heaven spoke. Here at last is the place where I build my temple. For where brothers and sisters meet in love, there my presence shall dwell. You, brother and sister, who are fighting against the inheritance of your parents, stop it. You cannot bring them into heaven. You don't need them. I was laughing when I was reflecting on this early this morning, because this could not happen between me and Father Emmanuel. We are all unmarried. Today, sisters and brothers in Christ, we move on to analyze the second part of the Lord's Prayer, in which we present our needs to God. This second part begins a word with the scent of daily life, bread. The prayer of Jesus begins with a compelling request, which quite resembles a beggar's plea. Give us our daily bread. This prayer comes from evident fact that we often forget, which is to say that we are not self-sufficient people, and that we need to nourish ourselves every day of our lives. Holy Bible shows us that for many people, the encounter with Jesus is realized by beginning with a request. Jesus does not ask for refined invocations, that you are so formal, that your movements in the church is so measured, like this or like that or like that. No, Jesus does not need that. Jesus in fact said, I do not need your sacrifices. What I need is your love, is your compassion. Not so much for me, but your love and compassion for each other. And to strengthen this desire of our Lord Jesus, he said, you know what? If in the middle of your prayer, if in the middle of the Mass, you remember that back home in your neighborhood, you have been fighting against somebody, stop that prayer, go home and be reconciled. Not today, your neighbor is still asleep. In the Gospels, we find a multitude of mendicants who plead for liberation and salvation. Those who ask for bread, those who ask for healing, for purification, those who ask for sight, those who are lame can walk, and those who ask that their loved ones who are sick, who are dying or are dead, can be raised to life. Jesus never moves indifferently past the sufferings and prayers of the people. He always answered their prayers. Thus, Jesus therefore teaches us to ask the Father for our daily bread. Give us today, Lord, our daily bread. And he teaches us to do so united with men and women for whom this prayer is a request, often stifled within, which accompanies the anxiety and the sorrows of our brothers and sisters. How many mothers and how many fathers, even today, go to sleep with the torment of not having enough bread for their own children tomorrow? God never has abandoned them. Most probably, and I believe, that God would abandon the proud prayer of somebody who thinks that he has everything because of his own human capabilities. Yes, sisters and brothers in Christ, this is the request of so many millions of people, even starting from our city of Winnipeg. And we are very grateful to God that you are so generous that in one way or another we can express the reality and the manifestation of this prayer. Give us today our daily bread. God has showered these blessings through you, and then you offered something to the altar of God, and then we share your offerings to the people in the streets who are hungry and who are in need. Yes, sisters and brothers in Christ, let us continue to ask for this daily bread, because it can also mean water, medicine, home, work, asking for the necessities of life. The bread of a Christian request and prayer is not mine, but for all of us. Have you ever thought about this reality that Jesus did not say, "My Father, give us to me my daily bread"? No. He says, "Our Father, give us this day our daily bread," so that those who are blessed more abundantly than others are given more responsibility, that the more blessings you share, the more you become generous with those who are hungry, who are needy in our community. This is the meaning of "give us this day our daily bread." So kayo mga maramot dyan, tapos na ang mga araw. Be generous. Try to apply into your life the divine economics, that the more you share, the more blessings you shall receive from God. For the past 13 years in our parish serving together, we have proven this divine economics. So if God is our Father, how can we present ourselves to Him without taking each other by the hand? All of us. And if we steal from one another the bread that He gives us, how can we call ourselves His children? This prayer contains, therefore, an attitude of empathy, an attitude of solidarity. In my hunger, I feel the hunger of so many millions of people all over the world. This is how Jesus teaches His community, His church, and we are His church, to bring to God the needs of everyone. So sisters and brothers in Christ, let us remember that moment when Jesus with His disciples, with thousands of people surrounding Him and following Him wherever He went. Within that crowd, there were people who were hungry. Jesus asked whether someone had something, and they found only one lad, one boy, willing to share his food for him. 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus gave thanks to the Lord, blessed it, brought the bread and the fish, and asked the disciples to distribute them. Thousands of people were filled, were no longer hungry. If only people know how to share, we can all be filled and satisfied. Sisters and brothers in Christ, let us also pray. As I have said one time, we do not need to finish Our Father. You just make every day a mantra from the Our Father. Maybe you can just say, "Father, give us today our daily bread." Or one day, your mantra the whole day would be, "Father, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Very powerful, very brief, but meaningful